Way up to Angela, but I call her Yee. Way up.
Hey, way up with Angela Yee. I'm here with my BRF, my brother Mano.
For a big weekend.
My best rapper friend.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Yee Day weekend. I am beat.
Mm-hmm.
It's also the parade. The West Indian Day Parade was here in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Fresh off that Prada one piece.
They said there was 1 million people out there. 1 million people at a parade.
I seen that. I came through there.
On your bikes.
Yeah.
Bike. All right, well, we'll talk about all of that. In the meantime, we also have a special guest joining us today. My girl, Sowmya Krishnamurthy, with her book, Fashion Killer. She's a real journalist. We've known each other for a long time. And she has another book that she's doing, that she's working on right now about Rockefeller Records.
Okay.
But anyway, let's get the show started with some love and some positivity. We are back at work. Maybe some people didn't even have off. 800-292-5150. Call us up and let us know who you want to shine a light on. It's way up.
I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
It's way up with Angela Yee.
Way
I'm
up.
here and Mano's here.
We're here, baby.
Definitely feeling way up. I can't wait to lay down. But anyway, I want to shine a light today. You know, it was Angela Yee Day over the weekend, and there were a lot of different activations. But who I do want to shine a light on is my girl, Destiny. You've seen her up here before braiding my hair while I'm on the air, always working.
Yep.
But she hired 11 women to come out and braid hair at Angela Yee Day. So everybody was getting their hair braided, getting ready to go back to school. And the reason she did that was because she said last year there were a lot of people, there wasn't just enough time for people to get their hair braided. So this year she brought all these people on deck to work so that it could get done. And when I tell you that braiding booth was booked and busy the entire time of Angela Yee Day, everyone was getting their hair braided, and they were coming up to me like, thank you so much for this. You see, I just got my fresh braids in my hair. One person was like, I took my hair down and let them, re-braid it. And a lot of these women were doing this out of the goodness of their heart, just coming out and working. And it's not easy work to stand there and braid hair for 5 hours. So I just want to shine a light on those women and on my girl Destiny for putting that together. She got all the products donated to be able to use for the braid gel and everything.
That's dope.
Yeah, so that was really dope. And when I tell you, I feel like the whole audience had fresh braided hair. I looked at it, I was like, okay, everybody got their hair done.
Everybody had the Yee braids.
All right, well, who do you guys want to shine a light on? 800-292-5150 is the number. What's up, Gas? Who do you want to shine a light on?
I'm trying to shine the light on you. You know what I'm saying? Angela Yee Day, amazing event. Everything was dope. I started off being a fan on the West Coast way back when y'all first started.
I hear that, West Coast, yeah.
Y'all been doing y'all thing, and now you got your own show. You got the Angela Yee Day. I'll just say you inspire people like me. I called in a few months back. I had shined the light on myself because I was telling y'all I was 39. I just started going to college for creative writing, and you had told me that that was like your original career plan. That was a big motivation. You know what I mean? I only had a couple seconds to talk, but I was like, I listen to this woman every morning. You know what I'm saying? So that's been like fueling my flame to keep going. I just want to let you know I'm still in school. I got a 3.6 GPA. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
my oldest
that's
daughter
right,
graduated high school this year, and I'm just working. And I just want to say thank you for inspiring so many people in so many different ways, like lip service, everything. Like you got so many accolades, and I just want to say, man, keep on fueling all of us people that wake up every day and tune in to you.
This was so nice. Honestly, this just really warmed my heart. Thank you so much. It was tough to come into work today, but you just really set it off for me.
You know, it be like that sometimes, and we don't get to hear that. You know, you don't come on air and say, oh, I'm dealing with this, I'm dealing with that. So we don't know. But we see you at 100% every day from our view. So keep doing what you're doing, man.
That was so nice. I couldn't have paid somebody to do that better. Thank you, guys. You gassed me up today. I love it.
I'm gonna keep on tapping in with y'all, man. I love y'all.
All right, thank you. We love you too. All right, well, that was Shine a Light. 800-292-5150 if you couldn't get through. And when we come back, we have your Yee Tea. And congratulations to King and T.I. Apparently, King is expecting a child. We'll tell you what T.I.'s reaction was to that news. It's way up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip, Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
It's way up with Angela Yee.
Way up.
I'm here, and my guy Mano's here, of course.
Right, baby.
Of course. And let's talk about T.I. Now, he was in Atlanta at the radio station, and he was talking about basically King having a child on the way. Here's what he had to say.
King's about to have a son, and I told him I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you there will be an indictment in this young one.
Listen, that is always, I know when people have bad kids, all they do is hope that your kids are the same way you were.
So Tip always knew that King was gonna be like kind of like a little bad, because when he was young, he was wild.
It was always
he was always wild. Yeah, when he was little.
So let's see what's gonna happen now that he's having his own child. Man, that's the worst. Like when your parents are like, man, I hope one day you have a kid that acts just like you.
Time is flying. How old is King? What, 20?
Yeah, I can't believe he's that old.
It's crazy.
All right. Well, shout out to him for that. Congratulations. Glorilla was honored with the key to the city of Memphis, so shout out to her. All right. She said, Memphis made me, Frazier raised me, got the key to my city.
Kruber, no Kruber. Real.
And let's talk about your guy, Mace. He's lost 70 pounds. And of course, Cameron had some jokes about him, getting the Ozempic. But here's what he said he did in order to lose all the weight.
You lost 70 pounds. You took the needle?
No.
Yeah, they said you look like you took the needle. They said you might have taken...
That's the hate I want. That's the hate I needed right there. I signed up with this coach named Ricky Moore that's like a professional bodybuilder. And he just put me on an alkaline diet. So I'm only eating fruit, vegetable, and water for now.
Listen,
Alkaline.
Yeah, look at you. You like,
Alkaline diet, though. He said the right thing, though.
What?
The alkaline diet.
Yeah, fruits, vegetables, and water.
Yeah.
And we were just sitting here talking about how we need to
beat obesity.
Detox everything right now. We had a lot going on. All right, and federal authorities are investigating Diddy. They're going to possibly get a criminal indictment against him. And yes, so it's really, really happening. They've issued a new grand jury subpoena related to a hotel in Florida. And both Diddy and Daphne Joy are named in the subpoena. So that's, 50 Cent's child's mother. And there's other associates of Bad Boy Entertainment as well who are named. And the subpoena specifies a period from January 1st, 2008 to the present. And they want check-in and check-out dates, room numbers, guest preferences, and requests and billing information, including room service and all of those things.
See, they not letting up until they able to come with something, huh?
I mean, Diddy's been named so far in 8 civil lawsuits accusing him of sex trafficking, sexual assault, and physical abuse. And 5 of the suits have pending motions to dismiss them. So this is a long road ahead for Diddy. All right, well, that is your Yeetie. When we come back, we have About Last Night. That's where we discuss what we did last night.
We had a long last night.
It felt like a whole
weekend.
Long 20-day night. All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. About Last Night is next.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. My guy Mano's here.
That's right.
And it's time for About Last Night.
About Last Night.
I saw you this weekend.
Yeah, yes you did.
It was Angela Yee Day.
Yes you did.
It was on Sunday, the day before Labor Day.
I had to pull up for you.
Yes, you did. You just made it.
Yeah, because nobody gave me no information.
We've been talking about this for how long?
Yeah, but I needed to know times, like what time should I be there,
I know you're reliable.
Like a little,
You made a grand entrance.
Yeah.
But it was a lot going on. I was trying to manage a lot of different things. Some of my friends flew into town. Everybody was staying. There was literally 10 people at my house staying there. It was like a nonstop party at my house all weekend. But you know what that means.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess right now.
The cleaning lady got to get over there.
Yes, and this is my new brownstone. That is still a mess. There's a lot of work still being done. One of the bathrooms still isn't finished. A lot of things still aren't done, but it's livable and it's still nice. I love it. I love my house.
But overall, it was a great time.
Yeah, we had a good time. So I do want to say, right, like last night, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I did yesterday. Laundry all day. I had to change all the sheets. I had to wash everything. I had to wash a lot of dishes. And the problem I'm having right now is all the bottled water that I bought and all these half-drank bottled waters all over the place.
Half-drank.
You know what I mean?
That's how my
I
house
think I
look.
had like
Bunch of bottles running around looking like this.
I had yes, everywhere. What a waste. And people need to start writing their names.
Yeah, or initials.
Yeah, you need to write your name on your bottled water when you're at people's houses and there's a lot of you so that you're not just throwing it. It felt like such a waste. All of that plastic.
Forget where you put your bottle at. You're like, oh, was that mine? Oh, no. All right. Nah, give me another one.
And then the other thing I was doing was budgeting my accounts because, I ended up paying for a lot of different things.
Right.
To happen. So that was a lot. But shout out to everyone that came out to Angela Yee Day. We're going to talk more about
And
it.
shout out to the grill.
And the grill. We went to the Grill after party. When I tell you, first of all, they gave me so much food to go. So the next morning, it was great to have all that food in the house. Donnell Rawlings, he was staying at my house too. That's my guy. He flew in just for Angela Yee Day. And then we all went to the grill afterward. And what a time. A time was had. Everybody here in this room was there.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ Navy. DJ Nick Seale. He hates being called Navy. But anyway, he was DJing. One of my friends today was like, Nick really shut it down. He's underrated as a DJ. All right.
He gonna get his propers.
Well, that is about last night. When we come back, we are going to tell you all of the details of what happened with Yee Day, all of the different performances that were really exciting, all the people that we met while we were there, people who showed up. Her was in the building. She came last year as well. And she came to the after party in the girl. I love her.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about it. It's Way Up.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah. You are a media maven, right? Ooh, you never know what Angie's gonna say.
Woo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Mano's here. New Mano.
That's right.
And shout out to Mano with all his help for Angela Yee Day.
That's right.
You pulled up as you do.
Coming off my extravagant birthday.
And
Proud
Mano,
of one
off your
one
own
piece.
Mano Day.
Yeah.
But I want to shout out to everybody who performed. Deani Dior kicked it off. And Pressure was there with her. Fresher. Why I say Pressure? Fresher was there with her too. He works with her, but she was on time, on point, ready to go, set it off. Jay
Nice.
Swishes was there. My girl Layla performed, and she got an album coming out on Friday too, Gap Year. So I appreciate this. She was in the building. Breezy Lynn. And she definitely brought some dancers to come up on stage from the audience.
Nice.
Including Alani Keys' daughter. You got to see my makeup artist Keys. Her daughter was killing it with the dances. Yeah. Ikea was there. And we also all went to the grill afterwards. Molly Don jumped out in the audience and had them going crazy. TJ, he had everyone doing a drift dance, even backstage while
I can't get it.
everyone was getting ready.
I can't get it. Like, I need
They
to
could
be able
have
to get
showed
it.
you how.
Right.
Because it was definitely like a practice session going on. Pressure Buzz Pipe from the USVI was in the building. Shy was there, and she hates when we say this. It's Method Man's daughter, but that's Shy, and she came out there with her dancers and was killing it. And of course, we closed it out with my guy Mano.
That's right. Pulled up.
Mano
Right.
jumped out and ran on the stage right when the
Last
whole
minute.
thing was ending, but we appreciate it. And Donnell Rawlings was with me the whole time when I went on stage. He was ready to. First, he goes to me, I don't have to do any comedy, I don't have to do anything. I said, no, you're good. Just come say hi. Next thing you know, he's like, all right, do I have time to do a set, or do you have? I'm like, you just said you didn't want to do anything. But, he's a good time always. And of course, the music was lit the whole time. DJ Nori, DJ Dangles, DJ Will, and our very own
Navy.
DJ Nick Seale. And as usual, shout out to our sponsors because this can't happen without them. The U.S. Virgin Islands was there. Visit USVI
Mom.
naturally
Yes,
in a
Mom.
rhythm. I know you're going to go because
Yes,
your
Mom.
family's from there.
Yes, Mom. Yes. Yes, Mom.
Also, 800 Payne Law. We be needing them lawyers at times, and we don't know where to turn. U.S. Army, New York City Recruiting Command. They were there. They're always supportive. Wicked, the musical on Broadway, which is a play I've seen more than once on Broadway. Mercer and Prince. That's A$AP Rocky's whiskey that we've been drinking nonstop. And they were at the grill with us afterward as well. Valentino Beauty, which is right here, in Born in Roma by Valentino. Brooklyn Dumpling Shop. Because why wouldn't they be there? So I had my dumplings with my chopsticks and everything. And then backstage, the food was provided by Negril, BK, and Kizzy's Kitchen. Desserts by Kizzy's Kitchen. And she brought the whole family out too, which was nice to see her daughter, her mom, all of them having a good time. It was really just a great way to have safe fun before the parade. All right, and I want to thank the whole staff up here: Nikki, Paul, Chavia, David, Festo, Camden, Caitlin, Danny, Justin, Alyssa, Brittany, Patrina, Wendy, Abby, Tara, Melanie, Sammy, everybody who helped out. Of course, our digital team, JP and Sydney. It was nice to see them in the building. And Greg Bishop from the Social Justice Fund for being there, and his whole team for helping us out. We were at numerous Zoom calls. All right. My girl Paris, Destiny, my guy Meeks. Also, we had Taj Gibson's truck out there, ice cream truck.
Oh, wow.
So we appreciate that. And my girl Chelsea, who really held it down, booking all the artists and coordinating everything. I always tell her what she does has been amazing. She just always wants to help. So we love you, Chelsea. And thank you guys for coming out, because that's what Angela Yee Day was all about, is for y'all to have some good, free, safe fun with the whole family. All right. Well, when we come back, we have Yee T. Man, I don't even know if I want to get into drama after that. Let's do all positive things when we come back. We'll save the drama for later. Okay? All right. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Mano's here.
Yes, I am. Baby.
Let's get into this Yee tea. All right, Pharrell Williams has a new movie. It's a new movie about his life, and it's told entirely using Lego. He also produced the movie too, by the way. And so
I
it's called
all them Lego movies.
It's called Piece by Piece. And it's using the Lego bricks to depict his early life in Virginia through to his rise to fame. People are saying it's really nice, and it's going to be considered for the Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song categories in particular, because he also recorded 5 new tracks for the soundtrack. So that should be an interesting one to see. They said, is it a documentary, a biopic, an animated movie, a musical, a character study? You bet, and more. And they said it's been put together to perfection. All right, USA Gymnastics is very proud of both Simone Biles and Jordan Childs. And they showed that on Friday after the Houston Astros honored them against the Kansas City Royals. So they were given, Simone Biles was given the honor of throwing the ceremonial first pitch, and Jordan Childs got a huge round of applause when she was shown on the Jumbotron. And USA Gymnastics wrote, though these two hit it out of the park. And so they were recognized again before the Astros game. That's nice. I know Jordan Childs needs that love and support. She's been through a lot. All right, Future is teasing his upcoming project, Mixtape Pluto, with a big announcement on Instagram. He shared some artwork for the mixtape, and a snippet of a new single is called Lil Demon. All right, what you think?
It sounded all right, though. I'm in Future. I mean, we can't go wrong.
Yeah, can't go wrong with some Future. In the meantime, another person who can't go wrong is Eminem. He broke 50 million pure albums sold in the United States. He has made history. He is the first rapper to ever reach this milestone. And pure albums is physical albums sold. So it doesn't include digital download, streaming, or anything. It's the actual physical copies.
So this is the last album?
No, just in general. He's the first rapper to ever have sold over 50 million pure album sales in the United States. That's huge. Because people are, and especially now, people aren't buying albums like that. All right. And we're waiting to get some information on Travis Scott's Days Before Rodeo. The re-release of the mixtape is in a tight race with Sabrina Carpenter's Short and Sweet. They are saying that his mixtape, his breakthrough mixtape, Days Before Rodeo, is set to debut at the #1 spot. Selling 365,000 first week units. Imagine that. All right. Well, let's see. There's no decision yet on the Billboard 200 results, but he's in a really, really tight race with Sabrina Carpenter. They're within 1,000 to 2,000 units of each other for #1. All right. Well, that is your Yee Tea. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They're flying under the radar, but you definitely need to know about them anyway. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
All right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Mano's here.
Yes, I am.
Indeed. And let's get into these under the radar stories. Now, this one was definitely trending for days. Chase Bank is warning against using that system glitch that happened to try to get money. So the way this is working is people were trying to withdraw more money than they actually had in the account. There was a banking system delay. So imagine you put in a check in your bank account, right? And you know you don't have money, it's a fake check or whatever, but there was a delay in that being processed. So people were able to withdraw that money because of that delay and before the check could bounce.
So they knew that the system was off.
Yeah, they knew the system was off. That's why there were lines of people at the ATM machines. Now, Chase did say in a statement that they fixed this problem, and they said the trend was in fact just simple check fraud. They said, we are aware of this incident and it has been addressed. Regardless of what you see online, depositing a fraudulent check and withdrawing the funds from your account is fraud, plain and simple. So we don't know how many customers try to do this yet, but you'll be in trouble if you did it.
Because they know you did it. Like, it's in your account, right?
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would think this is something you get away with. All right. Thousands of Hilton, Hyatt, and Marriott hotel workers are on strike across the country. They want better wages and workloads and a reversal of COVID-19 era cuts. You know, during the pandemic, there were a lot of cuts that were made when you stayed at a hotel. They weren't coming to clean the room like that. You had to request special services. Well, they're saying now a lot of things that took place during COVID have not been re-implemented. And so people are taking advantage of that, and these hotels are making record amounts of money, but not passing that money down to the guests and to the people that work there. Those standard services that you're supposed to get. They said, we won't accept a new normal where hotel companies profit by cutting their offerings to guests and abandoning their commitments to workers. So each city strike is expected to last up to 3 days, but they're saying this could spread to 25 to many different states, and right now it's in 25 hotels in 9 cities across the country. So just giving y'all a heads up if you're traveling and going anywhere. And lastly, a heads up about this. Instagram has added stories comments to encourage interaction. So you can now comment on stories and people can see them. So you could always comment on posts, but now you know how you be sending like the little heart eyes or the eggplant emoji to somebody's story?
I don't do that.
I didn't mean you, I just meant in general.
Nah, but I'm saying I don't. Yeah.
But yeah, so now people can see that. Just to FYI, giving you all a heads up. All right, well, that is your Under the Radar. Now, you know we got the Way Up mix at the top of the hour. What's today's date? September 3rd. All right, bills are still due. So I know the holiday passed. Make sure you take care of that. And also, Sowmya Krishnamurthy is going to be joining us. She's the author of Fashion Killer, but she's also a journalist who's been at this for quite a long time. This is just her first book. She's got another one on the way about Rockefeller Records, but always makes for interesting conversation. And like she says, she doesn't get paid by any of these artists or labels, so she says whatever she thinks. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
At the top like they Angela Yee, like they Angela Yee.
Man, she's spilling it all. This is Yee T. Way Up.
Well, my goodness, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Yee T.
And that's Mano.
Yeah.
Let's get into this Yee T. We've been following this story, and I actually looked at a lot of what Cleopatra had to say and also a lot of what Ice Spice had to say about each other. It's sad because the two of them were really good friends. It felt like at one point, right? But they had a big falling out, and it's all playing out on social media.
As it always does.
Now, just to give you all a summary, apparently Ice Spice invited Cleopatra to come on tour with her. And it was a day before the tour that she actually invited her. Ice Spice said that they ended up having an extra tour bus, so they had more room, and she was trying to help give her a platform. Here is what Ice Spice had to say.
And the is sad because I genuinely was trying to help her. Like, I'm like, yo, do you want to just come on this tour? You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just, like, join. Like, mad last minute type. So I'm like, oh, let me see if Cleo wants to come so she could do, like, her songs and stuff like that. But that's what the I get for trying to be a good person.
All right. Well, it all sounds like it started off with good intentions, right? But according to Cleopatra, she said that she was given 1 day to prepare. She was not included in tour promo. She was mistreated by Ice Spice. She was forced to change in the bathroom. She had to pay for her own hotel rooms, even though she says that Ice Spice was like, I got you. You don't have to worry about it. And she didn't get paid for it, which I don't think she expected, but I guess she at least wanted to be able to get some type of hotel rooms, you know, taken care of at the minimum, right?
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. See, tour life is rough, especially when you the opening act. So I get it.
And but I guess she wanted some acknowledgement too. She said she made her own flyer, posted it, tagged her. She didn't repost it. Now here's what Cleopatra had to say, because she did like a 5-part series on what happened.
I got a sense that she just wanted me to struggle. What I didn't know, which I later learned after bringing up everything I went through to her, I learned that this situation where I said something about my bags was the reason why I got mistreated the entire tour after that.
So she was trying to get security to help her with her bags, and they told her no.
Right.
And there's a lot to this, and so I see a lot of people picking sides.
It's a lot to it though. But the thing is that they friends, so the expectation of being a friend is looked at differently when you're doing business. You know, it's people that pay to be on tours.
Well, I will say that Cleopatra said they weren't necessarily friends. They never hung out like on some chill, just, you know, it was always something for the blog. So she even said that Ice Spice would hang out with her, come to this game, and then the next day she'll put out a single, and that would be like promo, you know, showing her out and about. Now, another person who Ice Spice fell out with has weighed in on all of this. If you guys recall, she posted the text messages between her and Ice Spice, and she also now posted what she sent to Cleopatra. She said, "I tried to warn you, and you just threatened to beat me up. Nevertheless, I'm sorry that happened to you." That was Baby Storm to Cleopatra. And then Cleopatra responded, "Oh, I threatened to beat you up because you was doing all that because was mad at Ice. It didn't give you had any respect for me, boo. You really could have DM'd me from the jump with that whole situation if you was on some real B-ish word, but thank you." And that's actually from today, those text messages.
So this is in live action right here. This is in real time.
Yeah, this is all
the drama is unfolding.
You know, it's all unfolding, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot more. You know what's really tough is when things play out in public instead of just behind the scenes between the two of you. But Cleopatra says she tried to go to her and say that she felt like she was being mistreated. And then Ice Spice said that she was talentless and a slew of other things that I guess you wouldn't say to somebody that was your friend. So I'm not sure what's going to end up happening between the two of them, but
they're going to fight.
I don't know if it's, you know, worth the fight more than I'm never messing with you again. Because it doesn't feel like anything is physical. It just feels like business / friendship situations.
Starts off like this.
All right. Well, we'll see what ends up happening. But now it's out there. Now it's for the public to see. Everybody's weighing in on it. And that is your Yee. When we come back, we have Ask Yee. 800-292-5150. Any question you have, we definitely want to help you out. You know, Mano is an award-winning advice giver. Can we never fall out like Ice Spice and Cleopatra?
No, can't do that.
All right, good. I don't want us to. No. All right, Ask Yee is next. 800-292-5150.
Whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts. So you should know. This is Ask Yee.
What's up is Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee. My guy Mano's here. The award-winning advice-giving Mano. And we have an Ask Yee caller, Miguel, on the line. What's up, Miguel?
What's going on, guys? Good afternoon. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. It's going up on a Tuesday. It's actually not. But Miguel, what's your question for Ask Yee?
Why are people so set in their ways when it comes to politics? I've been trying to navigate with my friends for the last month and some change, or really since Kamala rise to the top of the ticket, as to why they want to vote for Trump. And the reasons that they always give me have been already debunked and proved that it's not true.
Right.
And it's getting to a point where I'm not going to lose a friend over it, but it does get very frustrated.
I can understand your pain. In general, all you can do is give the facts. It is really hard to talk about politics with people who are on the opposite side of what you think, right? A lot of people are set in their ways. A lot of people hear misinformation and think that it's true. And I think a lot of it also depends on what news you watch.
Right.
Do you have friends that are Trump supporters, Mano?
I do. My guy Danny, he drives me. He loves Trump. But you gotta understand that everybody's not gonna see things the same way that you do. And you can't go out and try to over-convince them to see it from your point of view. You got to allow people to live the way they want to live.
But I think having facts is important, right? Because it's not even like see things how I see it. It's also when somebody says something that's not true, I like to calmly and I've done this before. I had an Uber driver once that was talking to me about Donald Trump and all the why he supports him, and he was saying things that were not true.
And then
I
when
was
you give him the facts and he still choose to overlook the facts,
then it's kind of
what?
like, well, there's nothing more I can say.
There you go.
But all I can do is just be like, well, actually, that's not true,
Right.
and this is what it is. But I can't tell anybody what to do. I do tell people, make sure you're registered to vote. Make sure you know what's going on. I care a lot about local politics and what's happening directly that impacts me in my region. But I do think that don't knock yourself out arguing with somebody who's not going to change their mind.
I don't like to talk about these things because I get angry. You understand?
Don't
And then,
slap your friend.
And then it could escalate to something else. So I stay away from it.
Politics, they always say that that's a hard thing to have to discuss with somebody you love and somebody who's close to you when you guys don't agree on it. But sometimes you just have to agree to disagree. And I think as long as you can stick to the facts and know you believe what you believe and support what you support, and there's reality and then there's lies. And so let's stick with the reality of what things are and make sure you're informed, because there's a lot of uninformed people that will say anything and they're repeating things that they see on the headlines, that they see, on social media, and they don't have the real facts.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for getting my call. I really appreciate it. And I love the topic, so please keep talking about it.
All right. Thank you, Miguel. We appreciate you. Well, anyway, that was Ask Ye, 800-292-5150 if you couldn't get through. And when we come back, this is somebody who reports the facts. Sowmya Krishnamurthy. She has a book out right now called Fashion Killer. Quite an interesting book that gives a lot of facts and a lot of background information on today's fashion and hip hop. She has another book that she's working on about Rockefeller Records, but we're going to talk to her about Fashion Killer when we come back. It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
You vibing way up with Angela Yee.
Come right back.
More now.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here, and I'm ready for this journalism talk with Sowmya Krishnamurthy in the building. I call you Sowmya K all the time because that's your name on social media.
We've known each other a long time, since the blog era.
Yes, Sowmya and I have known each other for quite some time, and what I love is that you've been so consistent and also evolving with your journalism and unafraid to say certain things that some people may play it politically correct.
Yeah, it's a great thing when you're not on a rapper's payroll. You can basically say whatever you want. But, for me, it was important as somebody who's been in the industry for, going to age myself, about 15 years now. And being a journalist, you start out with those small little pieces like a XXL or the Source. And over time, you want to evolve. So for me, it was really important with my first book, Fashion Killer, that I did something an important story about hip hop and fashion that chronicles hip hop in a way that I think, gives it that prestige element, which I think is so missing sometimes in journalism.
Well, Fashion Killer, and look, I was giving you some of this Mercer and Prince. This is A$AP Rocky's whiskey, and only makes sense because obviously Fashion Killer is an A$AP Rocky song.
It is. It is a famous song where I think he name checks about 26 different labels. And at the time it was so funny because although A$AP's from Harlem, he dressed like he's from Soho. He sounded like he was from Houston. So he really represented this kind of pan-regional artist. And I think that is also the story of hip hop and fashion. Of course, it's a New York story, but there's elements of Atlanta and LA and Miami, but also Paris when we're talking about haute couture.
Chanel.
Of course, Chanel. I go through the whole Coco Chanel story, the Karl Lagerfeld story. We're talking about streetwear, the Japanese story. And to me, it was just showing hip hop has this global impact. And even though I don't think it always gets the respect that it deserves, this is why books like this, I think, are important to show people maybe who don't understand the music or the culture what the contribution is.
Right now, I'm with Jasmine Brand, and we are talking to journalist Sowmya Krishnamurthy. She has the book Fashion Killer out right now.
But there was, so many different stories from, Tupac walking the Versace show right before he passed away. Biggie being the first rapper to wear Bape. I'm sorry, Soulja Boy, it was not you. I'm sorry, Lil Wayne, it was not you. It's between Biggie and the Beastie Boys. And after all my research, I'm going to give it to Biggie because there's a great story, and I actually have the picture in the book. Right before he passed, he had done a photo shoot, and the photographer Sean Mortensen was like, "Hey, I know this guy Nigo, and he has a brand called Bape. Can you put on this hoodie?" It was too small for Biggie, so he draped it over him almost like a cape. So it looks like he's wearing it in almost like a blazer. Sean takes the picture and sends it to Nigo, and apparently Biggie was so excited, he wanted to get Bape in his sizes because they just didn't make it in the big size. But sadly, he passed away before that happened. So many of these iconic artists that we know them for one thing, we don't realize they were so instrumental in the world of fashion.
And I remember you also in the book talked about how when the Roots did the song What They Do, Biggie was personally offended because that song What They Do was all about how people in the industry really front and wear certain things and
hyper commercialism. Yeah, I interviewed Questlove and he talked about that.
All right, Sowmya Krishnamurthy is here with us. Her book Fashion Killer is out right now. We have more with her and the Jasmine brand. When we come back, it's Way Up with Angela Yee.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee.
Let's go. Yeah. You are a media maven, right? Ooh, you never know what Angela's gonna say.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here, and we're talking to Sowmya Krishnamurthy, author of Fashion Killer. You put out a tweet, and people were...
Well, I'm always tweeting, and people are yelling at me. I love it.
You mentioned that you worked there before, and you had never, when Puffy was was dating Cassie, you had never saw anything alarming.
And people were upset. They were like, why would she even write this at all?
Because I think, and again, the problem with social media is there's zero nuance, and it's whatever you put out there, and how it's open to interpretation. And for me, and I did a follow-up tweet to explain.
We didn't see that one. We didn't see the follow-up.
Yeah, nobody ever.
I just wanted her to explain it.
But the reason I said that is because I'll be honest, I've had a lot of conversations behind the scenes with people in the industry, very powerful people, when the allegations against Puff first happened. And it isn't just Puff, it's even other people, whether it's R. Kelly, a variety of people, Russell Simmons. Oftentimes, especially, men in the industry will say, well, I never saw it. And because I didn't see it, it didn't happen. Even when I speak to some women, that's the mentality. Well, I knew that person and they were nice to me, so there's no way they can be a monster. And the reason I said that, and I said it in the tweet, just because I didn't see it, we still must listen to alleged victims. People have multiple sides, and how somebody acts at work, let's say in a board meeting, is very different how they act with a romantic partner. And I do think one reason that we haven't seen a Me Too reckoning in hip hop, so many people, their first response is, well, I didn't see it.
Because I will say, and I always say this to people, I know people who have been awful to me, 100%. But they've been great to other people.
And vice versa.
Right now, I'm with Jasmine Brand, and we are talking to journalist Sowmya Krishnamurthy. She has the book Fashion Killer out right now. How do you handle that when let's say somebody was great to you, but they've been awful to other people?
Yeah.
How do you then treat that person? Is it just based off of how they treated you? Or is it like, I can't really be around that anymore because I know what they're capable of?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's very difficult. If there's actual allegations or there is something where it's publicly been discussed, I think that's one thing versus behind closed doors. I've spoken to women who say, so-and-so did this to me or so-and-so made me uncomfortable, but I'm not ready to come forward.
Right,
and that's,
I definitely know people.
And for us, I don't think that's my place then to tell their story. So personally, I mean, and I'm very kind of lucky in this place in my career, I just try to distance myself as much as possible. But it's also tricky too, right? What is the line between an allegation versus a conviction? Right. How do you deal with gossip?
But
I don't know
even if there's not a conviction, that doesn't mean it didn't happen too.
Oh,
by the way.
And
even if there's a conviction, that doesn't mean it did. It's just a gray area. I want to move on and talk about this next book.
Please.
Because you're doing a book about Rockefeller.
Yeah.
Is everybody on board to do this? I know you've spoken to Damon in this book.
I mean, all the founders know about it. So
and they know, okay, so Biggs, Jay-Z.
Yeah, Cream knows, Jay's team knows, Dame's team knows. And for me, it's not I believe in transparency. It's not some sort of gotcha moment.
Right.
But for me, again, after Fashion Killer, which is the first hip-hop fashion anthology, I realized for my next book, I want to tell these important hip-hop stories and tell them in a way that's not being told. Rockefeller is the hip-hop blue chip company.
Yeah.
I want this book to be taught in college courses.
Right.
What can we learn from them? So yes, of course, it's the history, the stories, but I want it through that lens, not just gossip or he said.
When are we thinking that next? I know we're promoting this, but when are we thinking a timeline?
Now you sound like my editor. Ideally, I want it to drop in 2026 because it's the 30th anniversary of Reasonable Doubt.
That makes sense. Well, listen, Fashion Killer is available now.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much, and you got to come back up and see us more frequently.
Anytime.
You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Angela Yee, and when we come back, you guys have the last word.
Pick up the phone.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Mano's here. All right. Well, again, thank you to everybody who came out for Angela Yee Day. Thank you, Mano, for always being on point.
Gonna be there, baby. Always.
My girl, Melissa from the Grill, for making sure we had an amazing after party. All right. Well, again, you guys, appreciate y'all so much. I know it's a Tuesday. We're all still recovering from the weekend. Thank you again to Sowmya Krishnamurthy for joining us. That full interview is on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And y'all have the last word.
Angela Yee, what's going on? It's your boy Yoshi from the Bronx. I'm going to shine a light on you. Continue doing what you're doing. And happy B-Day, man. It's the Virgo thing. My birthday today, too. Virgo Nation.
My dad used to whoop me, and I was a bad little kid, but he had got paralyzed when I was 4. And that's when the whooping stopped, because I would run to the 3rd or 4th step on the staircase and just kind of, taunt him and stuff. But I got my karma. Don't worry.
Way Up with Angela Yee is on.